Republicans clearly are trying to force Senator Craig out of the Senate.
I'm deeply disturbed about this. The conduct that is, been alleged is really, it's disgusting.
I did nothing wrong.
I've talked to Republicans today, and they have a simple answer. They just want Senator Craig to exit, to leave.
Republican colleagues now are demanding his resignation.
I believe that he pled guilty, so I think he should resign.
It does appear that he may be covering up.
I did nothing wrong at the Minneapolis airport.
We went to the urinals where we both unzipped.
If people have things in the closet, they need to clean out those closets.
I am not gay.
This is a guy who pled guilty, didn't say anything until it became a public story. I can't give him slack on this one.
I never have been gay.
We both zipped up and left and went on our separate ways.
It is kind of stunning that the media missed this story for like 3 weeks. So I thought maybe we should invite Newsweek's senior White House correspondent who covers everything from the president's foreign policy to the life of the White House chef on today. So we'll talk to Richard Wolff at the bottom of the hour about what is wrong with the media. Now, we know what's wrong with the TV. I mean, there's no question. And why I keep on putting myself in the debate dungeons, I don't know. After 46 minutes of depression talk, I'm not really clear why I would do it again and again and again. But, it is a really horrible feeling to be sitting there, first of all, being told, you'll be on at 20 after, and then hearing Larry go, and we're going to come back and do one more segment on Robin Givens' prayer, depression therapy. You go, all right, one more segment, and you sit there, and you actually debate with yourself, going, do I really want to sit here for another 20 minutes listening to Deborah Norville proclaim that she can talk herself out of being depressed? I mean, it's unbelievable, and did you notice this? Maybe I'm the only one because I had much too much time on my hands last night when I should have been home watching Olbermann. Sitting there and sitting there and sitting there. I'm thinking to myself, my God, first of all, they're talking depression with 4 women, no men whatsoever. Then they're going to shift to politics, and it's going to be all men and me. Am I a woman? Am I? I have boobies. I have a right to say so. It's just, the whole thing creeps you out. You just sit there and you think about it. And, after 46 minutes of depression, and then we'll do one more segment. We'll find out the drugs that this doctor's peddling, whether or not they make you fat. You actually had a doctor sitting on there saying, oh, well, I just write I write prescriptions for antidepressants. That's what I do when patients come in and they're depressed. But I don't write Zoloft or he mentions, he doesn't write antidepressants that are associated with weight gain for young girls because it makes them gain weight. And who wants to be happy if you're fat, Larry? Why don't you just come out and say it? You can't be happy if you're fat. Anyway, after 46 minutes of this, I was like really mad, believe it or not, which is why I started laughing hysterically. Because when I'm mad, if I don't start cracking myself up, I'm just going to... And then, they stick you on there with... I'd say Judge Mathis was absolutely on point. Because Judge Mathis was with Larry in L.A. and had a desk. I had nothing to put papers on. But Mathis had a desk, and he was able to go through a partial list of the Republicans who have strayed from living the life that they legislate for you to live. And that is and what's interesting about the other judge, who apparently remembers me from Miami and sent a message to the producers, tell Randy I'm a big fan of hers, and then when we're waiting to go on, he says to Larry, Larry always comes on and he goes, how you doing, Randy? I'm fine, Larry, I'm kind of pissed, but I'll be okay. How you doing there, Judge Young? Larry, I have regards from, and he says a name, and Larry's like, oh, I loved him, great guy. And they're talking and chatting, and I realize I don't even know who doesn't really like the sound of a woman. And, 4 women talking about depression. Robin Givens told us, try prayer. Now, I have nothing against prayer. But I do have to question the decision-making ability of any woman who is married to Mike Tyson. And I did get to see her because, listen to this, I don't know what's happening over at Time Warner, but the whole place is run like a slop shop. And I went over there, and I got called in as Robin Givens. I swear to God, when I got to the security desk, I got called in as Robin Givens, and the guards on the floor that you need to go to, they're always there waiting, to protect you or protect everybody from you. I don't know what the deal is, but, the guys are nice. But I get up there and they looked at me and they know me, and they looked at me and they're like, "You're not Robin Givens." I'm like, "I know." "Well, they just said Robin Givens was on her way up." I go, "No, my name's Randi Rhodes." Maybe she got confused. I said, "Robin Givens is gorgeous." And then I turn around and there's Robin Givens standing behind me. I had no idea that was going to be the show. I had no idea that they were going to do 46 minutes of depression talk and then 4 minutes on a subject of grand hypocrisy that is not about one lousy senator who happens to have gotten caught in the most embarrassing situation known to man, scoring a guy who happens to be an undercover cop in a toilet in an airport in Minneapolis. I mean, it's just hysterical to me. But the bigger issue is that this is exactly what makes this happen, is their policies and their disdain. It's not disdain. They hate gay people. I wanted to talk about remember the Surgeon General nominee? Dr. Holzinger? This guy wrote a manifesto about how being gay is unnatural and incompatible and it's unhealthy to be gay. And it's this kind of policy that comes out of the Bush administration that forces guys underground, forces guys into bathrooms, forces guys into secret lives. And I was really surprised, though, when and I didn't want to disagree with the judge because apparently everybody liked him. He was a friend of Larry's. He liked me. I got through the producer. But he said, as a judge, and this really stunned me, that he doesn't think that gay men go into bathrooms trying to meet guys. He says he never heard of such a... Now, as a judge, he should know two things. You would hope that guys aren't shoved underground to do these things, but that it does happen. And number two, there was an undercover cop in the toilet. Apparently, this is an epidemic. If you got to take somebody off of, fighting terrorism or doing counterterrorism on the local level and give him, and I don't know what this poor officer did to get this duty, which you can't say because now it's a double entendre. But I don't know what he did to get this duty, but apparently there are cops that are stationed in bathrooms undercover because there's lewd sex going on in bathrooms across America. The whole thing. And there was no chance to have... So, you know what? I would say do-over because I came out of there last night. I wanted to boil my body, and I looked at the message boards, and everybody's like, "She looked fabulous. I love her. Randi kicked butt. Oh, sex shouldn't be a sin, and that's why, if you stop making sex a sin," whatever the hell I screamed out at the end at idiot boy Lars, who has to get a clue one of these days. I didn't even want to look at it. You just want to boil your body. I feel like I was, violated. So, I don't think I'll be on the TV for a really long time. And it's, I'm just going to say no. People always say, "Why don't you do it?" Because you feel unclean after it. I just hate it. 17 after.
The Randi Rhodes Show, inviting you to step into the light.
We're going to spend time in the shadows. We'll have to work toward the dark side, if you will.
This is Air America Radio.